Ladies and gentlemen, your senior class co-president, Mr. Kenneth Ferguson.
First things first, I want to give a shout out to my parents and my family who came out to support me today. The teacher and administration who has helped me to get here so far, my band director, the security guards, and the custodians who have helped me achieve where I am today. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students, teachers, members of the school board, faculty and staff, and the proud parents and guardians of the senior class of 2021. Thanks to everyone here for all the help and determination that it took to get the job done. For those who don't know anything about me or what I'm about, I promise I won't be too long so we can go out and celebrate. We've been part of the school system for a long time, and now we're about to partake the journeys to places we know nothing about. It's not like it's something we're not used to, though. Remember the past 4 years of the blood, sweat, and tears that went through the process to bring us right here, right now? Class of 2021, we should all be proud. Can't you recall all the long-lost memories? Like every year on Crab Week, before we beat our rival school. Those little creatures were all around the school, taking up all the space. They say you can't crush a crab, but we definitely stepped and ripped them up all over the place. And shout out to the basketball and football team, by the way. Because they were so good, they even made it to state. They changed the history at school. Our team just kept getting better and better. And now I believe the city will now remember us forever. Because they know when they see Phantoms together and they hear, I got 2 hands, 2 pads, that it's the P. Never forget the power that we have with just that one letter. But even through all the cherishable memories that we share with one another, a robust enemy known worldwide came along and shut us all down. Every time we went out or had something we had to do, we had to cover up our face. You know it's gotten bad when your own phone doesn't even recognize you, but it was truly just time to embrace reality. The economy was ruined. People of the world, whether they were science or spiritual, had to come to terms that everything around them was starting to go virtual. It just became the new normal. We woke up every morning getting ready for school in our pajamas, as we never left our beds. Cameras off, mics muted. It almost felt as if the class was deserted. However, students couldn't resist the urge to speak every time they heard their teacher say class was dismissed. But for real though, I know life gets hard as we get older, but lately it's been real tough. There are many words to describe the past couple of years. Exhausting, lost, chaotic, relentless, surreal. To be honest, none of it even felt so real. It was like a nightmare. Don't you remember it? People dodging swarms of locusts left and right, wildfires bouncing from country to country, day and night, affecting the whole world, all because the parents wanted to find out if their new baby was going to be a boy or a girl. I couldn't even use the restroom because I'm fighting the next door neighbor over some toilet paper. And not even to mention how south things went when people in relationships were watching the Smiths on Red Table Talk. Now all of a sudden, people all over the earth are having themselves an entanglement. But the betrayal of a relationship wasn't nearly as severe as the treachery amongst the citizens and its country. Attacking the home of the judges and representatives that we chose to make the rules and regulations of this country. It truly was devastating. Seeing brother turn on brother, one after another, people truly got to discover the true colors of the hatred that was hidden under cover. How is it that we are supposed to uphold and bleed the colors red, white, and blue when we can't even respect or acknowledge black and white? And I'm not trying to start up a racial fight, but what is not all right is that we don't notice what's going right in front of our eyes in plain sight. There has been a rise of hatred against our Asian American brothers and sisters who've been discriminated against by the color of their skin. But we all bleed the same color on the inside. So we have to stop hating the beauty on what's on the outer surface. Because I see no purpose in hating someone because of their appearance. But it doesn't make me nervous. I look around and see all my brothers and sisters here as one. And so far, we've been doing good on getting the job done. We have an Hispanic male who ranks 1, an Asian male who ranks 2, a black male who ranks 3, that's me with a 4.52, and a black queen and a black queen who follows at 4. All of this on Juneteenth. But the problems I've seen within this quarantine have finally made my eyes woke. I've seen countless lives taken away from this virus. I've seen unnecessary lives taken away from the firearms of my own peers. I've seen innocent lives taken away from the very law enforcement that's supposed to keep us safe from harm. People all over had to stay alarmed because it didn't matter if you were unarmed or not. But trust me when I say, I do strongly believe that the people in blue not all people in blue are wrong, and they truly want to help serve their people. I believe this from the bottom of my heart. But the only reason I say this in the first place is because we need to start making changes. Heck, we've been the ones starting everything else. We're the ultimate trailblazers. From the iPad distribution program back in elementary, to being the first school to graduate with academies, you know, my future, my journey, and having a huge support system around us be so complimentary of us. They believe in our success in the future, and I do too. Because I'll tell you what, class of 21, after all the things we done been through, there's not a thing you can't tell me that we can't do. Because we've done seen it all. COVID, losses, killings, wars, protests, riots, shootings, gore, homeschool, Zoom calls, racism. We just can't take it anymore. But through all that pain and suffering that we have experienced, we're still here. COVID tried to shut us down from being successful, but we're still here. When the haters and the naysayers that you would never accomplish something, you tell them we're still here. And when the doubters question if this class could ever get through all the tragedies that have happened to us, you look them in the eyes and tell them that we are still here. And right now, there's no place that I would rather be. And let me tell y'all something. I represent my church, C3, so you best believe when I step into a building that everything I step my hands to shall be blessed. But nevertheless, class of 2021, Romans 12:2 told me to tell you, don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Fellow peers, be the change that we were meant to be. Fans don't settle, be the average. Why? Because it's the P. The P is the power that we have to change the world. The sky is no limit to what we can do, because it's the P. The P is the pride that we have within us to never give up, no matter how dull things get, because it's the P. The P is the purpose that we uphold for being a Phantom, because everyone knows what a fan's purpose is. Because as Mr. Harris always says, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is your better and your better is your best. You are somebody. You were someone when you entered Phoebus High School, and you will be a better somebody when you leave. You have things to do and people to impress, because at Phoebus High School, our purpose is greatness. Every day, every way. Our purpose is greatness. Every day, every way. Our purpose is greatness. Every day, every way. So as I close out this speech, if you forget everything I said today, just remember to be the true innovators and trendsetters that we set out to be. This is our future, our journey. No longer must we worry about splitting the polls, because now we're free. I believe that we can do anything that we set our minds to be, because it's the P. Thank you.
Greatness every day in every way. Thank you, Kenneth, for those thoughtful words of empowerment and encouragement. It is with